All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about disassociation as well as mainly just some core stability. So disassociation, I mean, this is king in the golf swing. So the more separation you can create through the upper to the lower body, the more torque, the more force you're going to be able to create ultimately into that golf ball. So the simple premise is we do this through some of our dynamic warm-up, is that we want the upper body to be able to move independently of the lower body and vice versa. So we want to be able to move the upper body without everything wanting to move together. It's like my normal dance moves there. And then we're going to get the lower body to move independently, kind of like in our barrel here versus this, or everything kind of moving together. So we want to be able to get this moving without, without the upper body going, okay? So those are two just good low-level things to first master, and then there's just a ton of exercises that will get more into the fitness side of things that will help to groove those patterns, which we can get into at another time. But today I really just want to also discuss low-level core stability. So we're going to go through a couple of exercises that really focus on the core as well as the glutes, just to get a little bit of stability kind of rocking and rolling. All right, so the first thing with creating stability is our breathing posture and principles. Okay, when we breathe, we need to create stability through our entire abdominal wall. So I'm gonna have Rachel come over a little bit closer to me here. And so what I'm gonna do is, the first thing, and this is gonna seem like very boring, but you're just gonna breathe low in the belly. So on your inhale, you should be breathing low into the front, sides, into the back of the abdominal wall. So I don't wanna see the opposite, which would be breathing really into the chest. When we breathe into the chest, it's gonna create compression in the low back, as well as we're just not using our natural pressure that should be our stable anchor of the core, okay? Once we can do this a little bit, or you could just prop your feet up on like a chair or something like that, then we're gonna move into what I call breathing plus stability. So you're going to, when your legs are up in this position, you're gonna have to brace the core a little bit. So you're just gonna feel light abdominal work here, okay? And then what we're going to do is same thing. Once we have this, don't stop breathing. So breathe in the belly, don't stop breathing, don't stop believing. So corny, such a dad. So we just would hold this position, breathe low into the belly, 360 degrees. That's our first exercise. Second exercise, you're just gonna breathe for 15, 20 seconds, rest, and then bring it back up. 15, 20 seconds, breathing low in the belly, okay? Third progression that we're gonna go through this to create even more stable core awareness is you're gonna put your hands into your thighs, and what you're gonna do is at about 10%, you're gonna push your legs into your hands, hands into your legs, okay? And we see here, like you already see me start to shake a little bit, you're gonna keep breathing, but breathe 360 degrees, okay? Those are three great kind of whole trunk abdominal wall exercises that you can start to implement right away that are low level, that shouldn't really hurt anyone, but will definitely wake up the core, okay? In between those exercises, I like just boring glute exercises. So I call this active rest. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna tuck your tailbone underneath you and you're gonna lift your hips up. So I don't want you to do it in that J-Lo position because you're just gonna go all the way up. You'll feel that mostly in your back. So tuck the tail underneath you, flatten your low back, squeeze the butt, lift up. You would hold this for about 15, 20 seconds, just active rest, almost tap your glutes here just to make sure that they're nice and active, and then come back down, okay? Then you would come back up, either just regular breathe or use a little pressure, do that, and then go back down, tuck the tail, active rest straight up, okay? If we're trying to progress that, we can get into some single leg glute bridges, really isolating one glute at a time, various other progressions from there. But those are great ways to just initiate some core stability. If you have questions about that, please let me know. Or if you want to get more into some of the disassociation work, we can tackle that at a later time. Hope that helps.